next stage of our demo is to create repositories from the ontologies, and then we will create a mediator from the rules and associate it with these two repositories. Then we'll proceed to create tools. So let's go and look at our SMC dashboard or console. This is the Semantic Mediation console. We will bring up the repositories tab. We generate a repository from the ontologies. We have here this button that has a pop-up that says build a port of a certain type default repository. So clicking on this one brings up this, and we can select various types of, we are interested in repositories. So we can click it again and a repository is created. What you can see is that it is already associated with ontology UML. It has a name UML rep already. To set its access options, let me draw this a bit so you can see it's here. It can be an export, import, or both. We will make it an export repository, meaning that tools can export into it. And that's enough. We will update. Create a window size. Now we can see that we have the repository over here. We will create another one for the SML in the same way. Click once, and then the default here is good for us. Click again. And again here everything seems to be okay for us. It is using the ontology XML. We just set its service to be an import service so that it can be imported into a tool, and we update it again. And we have the repository here defined. You can see that its type here is a repository. It has an icon to signify this, and we can see here the access patterns. Here we can see that into this repository, tools can export into it, it can receive, and that the other repository, the SML repository, can only be pulled from or imported from. Now, we create also the mediator. This we do from the rule set. Again, the same kind of button. Build a mediator for this rule set, but there's only one kind of mediator, so clicking on this button starts up the setup for the mediator. Here we need to set, we can use the same name that we have here, but we need to pick up an input port ID. So we'll use the UML input port and the SML output port. The rule set is already set to be the UML SML, and in fact we can click update and we created it. So now we also have mediator. Let's bring the mediator tab. So here is the mediator we just created. Okay. When we click on the books icons for repositories, we will see the content of the RDF of the repository. As you see here, but this one is currently empty. There's nothing here. And when you click on a mediator, we will see traces of activity with the mediator when mediation is initiated. And you can see here that there's no associations registered for this mediator, meaning that there has not been done any mediation through it, so there's no data to show. One more thing we want to do is to create the tools, the third group. This is done through the same icon on the repositories. It says build a tool to work with this repository. We will create two tools. Here again, most of the content of this dialog are made for us. UML repository tool here. It is a PRT 107. Its ontology is the same one used for the repository. It will work with the repository that you just mentioned. So all these things are read-only. Update, and let's see what happens. Then we have this tool. You can see that it could only export of type tool, and we see the icon here that shows it. It is associated with the one of 4 UML repository, which is this one. Let me look again in the overview. So, so far we created 2 ontologies. We created the rules ontology, and we just created right now the mediator from the rules, 2 repositories for the ontologies, and a tool UML tool to work with the UML repository. This concludes this demonstration. Thank you very much.